Fantastic Four First Steps comes out July 25th, just 2 weeks after Superman. This is Marvel's fourth try of telling the story of the Four, but this is Disney's first attempt to tell the story of the Four. But we're going to look at Fan Fortic. Is that right? Did I say it right?
Oh, the Fan Four Stick?
Yes, that, which came out 10 years later of the original, not the original, but the 20th Century Fox original 2005 Fantastic Four, which I thought was kind of funny because this is coming out another 10 years later from that 2025. So I find that kind of funny. Every 10 years, they try to redo or give another origin story of what the Fantastic Four. Granted, this one I heard, the 2025 one, is not an origin story. They're already heroes. They're already the group, which is pretty cool. It's very Superman, if you will, because they did the same thing. They went right into it, no origin. And Spider-Man, the Tom Holland series, no origin is right there. So I'm kind of glad about that.
That's the rumor. We haven't seen it yet, so we don't know.
True. I've not seen it yet. People have already seen it and already gotten the popcorn buckets. How the hell they got the popcorn buckets 2 weeks, 3 weeks in advance? I don't know.
You know, they got them. Well, speaking of that, just real quick, I watched like the first episode of one of the animated versions of the Fantastic Four, and they did a great way of introducing their powers. They were on a talk show like late night with whoever, and then they were like, so how did you get your powers? And they talked about it like a flashback and a fundraiser. So every now and then Ben Grimm would interrupt. He was like, pick up them phones, oh, it's clobbering time, kind of situation. And like that's a fun way to introduce like characters whose powers we already know for the last half a century.
Well, maybe they'll do that here in the new one. Maybe.
Not in this one.
Not in this one. With a Rotten Tomato score of 9% by the critics, holy crap, and 18% by the audience. It's clobbering time.
I think he says it once.
I don't know. I don't care. Welcome back to Tales of Two Bros. My name is Angel.
I'm Adon.
We give a review at least once a week. Spoiler alert, even though the critic score and audience scores is extremely low, box office wise was a travesty too. This almost killed Marvel and definitely the Fantastic Four. It had a budget with marketing included, 120 million. It made, I believe, 113.
No, 160, just under 168. This is IMDb numbers now. It made 167.8.
I thought it made less. I thought it went like.
I mean, that's still not a good break. I mean, that's atrocious.
Yes, that's not even double. So it was in a hole because of.
Well, you got marketing, you got advertising.
Well, the 120. They say 120 included marketing. I could be wrong.
Even at that, that barely pays off a lot of other people. Depending on their contracts.
If it was not included, then that's even worse because it was 80 million for marketing and that's 200 million all there, right there. Oof. And rightly so, because this movie is horrible. It had the feel of X-Men, Bryan Singer's X-Men, in the sense of like the tone, the energy, the lighting. You have Sue Storm, who's adopted now for some dumb reason. You have Michael B. Jordan doing another superhero role because he did Chronicle. He did this. He was also in Black Panther.
He also had his anime series that he did called Genlock.
Yes, Genlock.
You never saw that, did you?
I did. I'm watching the second season.
Oh, dope. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that sometime.
Pretty good. Yeah. But then you have Miles Tillis, who's from, Top Gun Maverick and Whiplash. Great actor. And I mean, all these guys are great actors, but man, this movie sucked. And then you have Dr. Doom guy.
Tim Blake Nelson.
Yes, he's a great actor too.
I heard that the movie was supposed to be completely different. They started with one particular script, and then from the floor up, it ended up being what it was with like heavy reshoots. Like they were going to introduce the Mole Man. They were going to lead into like talking about Galactus. They wanted to go even darker. Dr. Doom was supposed to be a Latverian spy. They were supposed to do all sorts of groundworks. And then it got reshot, it got rewritten, and it turned into this.
Well, it felt like a combination of things. It felt like a combination of Ninja Turtles, X-Men,
Marvel Ultimates,
and Avengers. Huh?
Remember around that time frame, they were also doing the Marvel Ultimates comics.
No, I understand that, but I'm talking about movies, not the comic books. I'm talking about the movies feel. So the Ninja Turtles, like I said. Then you have X-Men, the tone. You have also Avengers at the end.
That was legit.
Coming up with the name.
It was how they were standing around the facility.
Yeah.
That was legit. Like,
it was
the end of the Avengers.
When Captain when Steve Rogers has the team come in, they're all landing as Avengers, and they cut the assemble part.
Yeah, that was actually Age of Ultron, I think, right?
Yes, but then you have the when they go to that planet and they get the ooze and they become the powers. It's like that's turtles.
Essentially,
That's
yeah.
totally turtles where they got the ooze and they transformed. I will say this, and also like Incredibles where the suit adjusts to their powers.
Yeah.
So it turns invisible, the clothing turns invisible. If Johnny goes on fire, so does the clothes, but it doesn't burn off. The stretching, it goes with him. And the Thing looked weird, but I guess it's more realistic in that aspect.
Yeah, they
But
try
the
to make
story
it
itself was
look
like,
more like a monster.
yeah,
It was okay.
the tone was off. That the pacing was off. Her being adopted.
Also, weird thing is like
Both of
Franklin,
them.
Dr. Franklin Storm. Are they trying to play the fact that
They named the son after him?
Yeah, for the future projects. But here's the weird
Right.
thing. In the comics, Reed Richards, his father is Franklin Richards. In the comics, they named him after Mr. Fantastic's father.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I mean,
So they
granted,
just swapped that role.
I understand it, and they do that in movies. They switch a lot of roles. Like on our review of Fantastic Four: The Rise of the Super Surfer, they gave Johnny Storm the powers of the Super Skrulls.
Yeah.
And that's fine if it works. And these movies, granted, we're geek heads of certain comic books and stuff like that, and we would see the movies fine, and I'm okay if they change certain things around. But when you go for a whole switcheroo and you miss the tone of the characters or the story, why even bother? And that's what they did here. They missed the tone of it.
Mm-hmm.
Like these guys get powers and they made them military assets.
That's why I was saying
the
Ultimate Comics, because that's kind of how it happened in the Ultimate Comics.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I mean, I like that, Reed Richards goes in hiding, trying to figure out a way to save them from there, but it just kind of backfires and he gets found out who he is. And then they go
that's
after
like
him.
What, years later?
True, but then they find him where he's at, and then they go after him. The Thing, Sue Storm, they find him, like they're trying to bring him back, but they have like this kind of, well, the Thing has hatred, and I can understand.
Well, because he was abandoned.
He was his best friend. I can understand why he's angered at Reed Richards. Granted, I did like when they display their powers. Dr. Doom, no. And he was like how Kang was in Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania, where he did his powers full blast against like lesser beings. But when he fought the hero, he didn't use those powers. He went just hand to fist. I was like, what?
To me, he looked like a dime store mummy.
Well, yes, that and the Silver Surfer, like the Rise of the Silver Surfer was kind of like an influence on how Dr. Doom should look. And I was like, really? Like a Temu version of the Silver Surfer, like a cheap knockoff. But the thing is, he had powers of those of scanners. And he'll just look at the people and they'll die. Their head will blow up or something like that.
This is true.
Nothing
They did.
Right. And then when he fights the Fantastic Four, he doesn't use those powers. He goes like, it's like some magic stuff.
I mean, it would make sense for the Thing or Mr. Fantastic, how they can't pop their heads. Maybe Sue,
but still,
like, Johnny would be gone.
You don't have to. Okay, so maybe not blow up their heads, but make them in like you make the Thing into a solid piece of rock. You put Mr. Fantastic into a pretzel, whatever.
Basically, they made a character that's too powerful and they didn't know how to use them.
Right. If you're able to apply it to regular people, you should be able to apply somewhat to the superpower people. And then they got to figure out how to beat that. There was like no real challenge for them. They beat him relatively easy.
You're not wrong. I didn't like the fact that it made him like an eco-terrorist in the end.
Right. And he has the half-assed
like,
hood.
You destroyed your world, and I won't let you destroy mine. I'm like, what? When does Dr. Doom become like all about like? And this the whole argument in the first half of the film is like, he's like, you guys are messing. You're selling out to the government. You're selling out to these people are ruining our economy and our ecosystem and stuff like that. I'm like, nah, my homeboy Dr. Doom is all about like, I'm the smartest one. I don't give a damn.
Right.
It's like if I care about anything, I care about my people, the Laverians, because that's my kingdom. I rule them.
Did Dr. Doom ever had an infatuation in the comics with Sue Storm?
Yes, actually, multiple times, and in several instances, he got married or tried to get married with Sue Storm.
Okay.
Sue Storm was like wanted by a lot of people in the comics. Namor.
Yes. Yeah, she was a hot commodity, I guess.
Yeah. It was hinted at that she might have had an affair.
Yeah. Yes, I remember that.
Mm-hmm.
Granted, this Sue Storm was hot. Jessica Alba's version was hot, even though I find it still offsetting with the wig and the blue eyes, the contacts, but still hot. The new Fantastic Girl, Miss Invisible Girl. I'm sorry, I knew. I don't care how great of an actress she is. Nope. But is there a good moment for you here in this movie
The science fair,
when they were kids?
he takes the plane. He's like, "Where's the Hot Wheels car?" And he's like, "I thought you had the Hot Wheels car." He borrows the plane, and then the guy's like arguing. He's like, "We don't want a magic chick," and he gives the plane back. He's like, "Thanks a lot, Mister." He's like just yanks the plane back. It's been
Right.
destroyed. I thought that was cute. What they did with the thing, I was okay with. That was like, of all the characters, that was the part that I was the most okay with because it made sense. If you got a big rocky creature that could pulverize most things, and he's left by himself and abandoned, and the military just walks in, they're like, "Yeah, we can make use of you." They're going to. So that made sense to me.
Right. Oh,
Um,
you have also the guy that the general who's the leader in the Hulk series in the MCU.
yeah, I thought he was just a business guy. And then like I'm reading IMDb, he's supposed to be a doctor. I'm like, "Oh, bro."
I thought he was a general. Wasn't he a general?
The one who plays the leader? Nope.
Oh, that's right. It is Dr. Allen.
Yeah.
Totally forgot. Totally forgot. You know who this girl, Kate Mara, she's in Invincible.
Oh, I can see that.
She does the voice for Eve.
I mean, a lot of
Yeah.
these guys have done other superhero kind of characters. Like the guy who played
Mhm.
Ben Grimm, Jamie Bell. He was in that movie Jumper,
Ugh.
where they could like teleport around. I actually
Yeah, I know.
I didn't hate Jumper,
Hayden Christensen.
but the movie itself
Right.
I didn't hate. It had Samuel L. Jackson.
Mhm.
Uh,
Of course, Samuel Jackson in any fucking movie too. He's like the former, well, the former Pedro Pascal.
listen,
Jesus.
that man, he just pumped out several movies this year. Hardest working man in Hollywood, still to this day. Anything that you liked?
When Mr. Fantastic got his powers, that was pretty cool. In the sense of him trying to get out of his arms, extending and retracting. That was pretty cool. How they
Mhm.
used the CGI for that. That was pretty cool, but that's pretty much it.
Was there a moment that
Yeah.
you really hated? To your
Everything
core?
else, the ooze thing, how simple that became the ooze,
Mhm.
and like how Sue got it because how did she get it again? Because she wasn't there. So
No,
how did she get the powers again?
she was there to bring the ship back. And
Right,
it was a byproduct of like the ship being bombarded by the energies, and like the
right.
energies slipped through as it was being brought back.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, that was okay. That's stupid. Don't drop me. Don't drop me. That thing, with Doom and Reed, that reminded me of a scene from Cliffhanger with Sylvester
Mm,
Stallone.
I was thinking Vertical Limit, but you're right. Cliffhanger is better.
The whole thing was bad. I mean, like again, the powers of Doctor Doom was wasted on the wrong people.
Yeah.
Because he was when he was killing those guys, it was wow. And then he doesn't use it.
And it, like
What
he
the
just
hell?
like burns Dr. Franklin Richards from the inside out. Like
Yes,
gave him like a bad sunburn.
I fell asleep on this movie a couple times. I was so bored,
Oh,
and
lucky you.
yeah, I woke up to watch it. Rewind the parts I missed.
And then the
And
fact that they like strong armed the military into giving them a whole facility with a full staff, that made no sense to me.
no, exactly. Yes.
You basically like, I understand your situation. You felt like you were used by the military on an experiment that you had full control and that you botched. And then your lead scientist left, so the military took over, but you feel like it's the military's fault. Cool.
Right
Now
now,
you're gonna threaten the U.S. military that you're gonna like not only expose them but do possibly more and get a
right.
budget.
But it's like Reed Richards is the one that's not fought at this. He set everything. He put everything in motion. He's the reason why they got the powers or the fucked up powers, depending on how you look at it.
Yes,
Because he
absolutely.
wanted to
Because
go.
he was drunk, like
He
drunk driving,
he
but
right.
teleportation.
But the thing is, like, yes, like what he represented here was the exact opposite how Reed Richards has been represented in the previous movies and in the comics and in the
Mhm.
cartoon animation. Like Reed Richards is level-headed, he's sound, he thinks ahead.
Only reason why it's closer to the ultimate version of in the comics is because
Okay.
that version is more impulsive and eventually becomes the villain, the Maker. They're like the Reed Richards from the Ultimates turns into a horrible man.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Sue Storm becomes Kang the Conqueror, but
What?
yeah, the Ultimates universe back then was wild.
But the thing is, like, Kang the Conqueror, well, in the comics, Kang, correct me if I'm wrong, he's a descendant of the Richards.
Well, it was theorized. They never, to this day, they never officially proven it. It's like the
But didn't
Joker.
they
Like
do
they
that in
don't know
Loki?
his, huh?
Didn't they do that in Loki? Like they said that in Loki. They didn't say it, but it's like he's the descendant of Reed Richards.
No, they didn't, because like remember there was that one guy that he was like supposed to be the new king, and he was supposed to be a descendant, and they were reforming him, and they go like, that's all a play.
No,
that,
I'm talking about season 1.
Oh no, I don't remember that part. Then I may have missed that.
Okay, I'm done with this movie. I'm done. Yeah.
What's your score, bro?
Well, on the critics, 9%. By the audience is 18%. I'll be generous. I'll give it 20. It is not worth the watch, in my opinion, unless you're a diehard Ultimate Fantastic Four fan, because what you're saying is like they got a lot of influence from that line, the Ultimate version, instead of what the Jack Kirby version.
I would agree. 25 is stretching. 20 is respectable. You're just watching this just to cross it off your list. It's not worth it.
I wanted to watch it just because to see the comparison on what they
And
did in the.
To be fair,
other
I will say
films,
the
and I'm hearing
actors weren't phoning it in my opinion.
Oh no, the acting was good, but
The
story,
overall product,
the script, the editing, yes, was horrible.
Even the Human Torch. I thought the CGI in the Human Torch looked better on Silver Surfer Fantastic Four than here, only because the way they did Michael B. Jordan, he was just faded into the flames, like you couldn't see his character. I understand you want to make him look like he's a man on fire.
That's very similar to the original Human Torch, which was a humanoid.
Yeah, the original was a machine, and then, like literally when he became on fire, it was just
on fire.
Yeah,
right. Maybe they're trying to do that. I don't know. This is definitely a waste, one and done, waste of time. Whatever you want to look at that.
You can go either way. Yes.
Yes. All right, guys, that is our marvelous review of 2015's Fantastic. I know that's not the name of the title, but the movie, but it's just how it's written out. That's what it looks like. Have you seen it? Let us know in the comments below what your favorite moment was. Until next time, will be the next time. I'm Angel.
I'm Adon.
Love you, bro.
Love you too.
Okay. It's clobbering on. It's flame time. That's how it should have been. Like they so screwed it up that even the slogans getting messed up.
They pretty much did. Yeah.